What other factors point to the thought that this may be the lowest tax bracket you'll ever be in? That's what we call defining moment number 2.
The continual decline in the overall labor force will pose a huge problem. We already know that from a percentage standpoint, there will be fewer tax-paying workers than there are retirees who are and will be on government programs.
And they will be living longer. Watch our demographics video. This is a serious issue that virtually no financial planner is discussing with their client.
So let's take a look at this. We have a declining workforce in the United States, we have an aging population living longer on government programs, and we have a government that's spending like it's on crack.
We also have $50 trillion plus in future government financial burdens. Unfortunately, the only source of revenue for the federal government comes from you in the form of taxes.
And us. From the government standpoint, do you think they are going to lower taxes or raise taxes, increase or decrease government benefits? You may start to put a few things together about your qualified plans here.
After all, who owns the pen on those accounts? Who's your partner in your 401ks and your traditional IRAs?
The government. They control it all. When you open your statement on your 401k, how much of that is yours? You have no idea. Do you think the government may be in need in the future?
Ever thought why they made some changes recently to IRAs? Was it really for our benefit? Could they raid investment accounts? Of course they can. That's why they created these things in the first place.
Imagine now, if you can, your future savings and retirement money being taxed at 2 times today's level. Once again, this is an estimate from the government's accounting office.
Look, traditional thinkers and the so-called experts from the government are now telling us that in order to survive in the future, where we will be all living longer, we must save more money now.
It's kind of upsetting, isn't it? Save more now so they can control it later. This is why this one bugs us so much.
I mean, if given a choice, would you want to receive money now when taxes are the lowest, or later when taxes may be much higher?
If you are successful and are saving money and deferring the taxes to a later date, you may want to rethink the dilemma awaiting for you. The old adage, you will probably retire to 2/3 of your income, thus being a lower tax bracket, may be floating around in your mind.
They might have forgot about inflation, but think about that for a minute. What determines your tax bracket? Your income. So your planner is telling you to work your whole life, save, put it all at risk so you can lower your income to a smaller tax bracket when you finally retire?
Sorry, but I've yet to meet a client who plans on drastically reducing their lifestyle at retirement. They typically plan to at the least maintain their lifestyle. For one, they can now travel, play more golf, and spend time with hobbies.
If anything, you have more expenses, not less. This concept is pure foolish on its face, but absurd when you take this defining moment to heart.
There is one surefire way to accomplish what this advice states, and that is to lose most of your savings and investments. Tell you what, that's easy to accomplish. If that's your planner's strategy, fire them.
So finally, do you really want to retire to the least amount of money so you are in the lowest tax bracket, or do you want to maintain your current lifestyle?
Maybe even retire to the most amount of money.
How then, in an increasing tax environment, demographic changes, and a desire to not have the least amount of money and live a pretty poor lifestyle, does this way of thinking still permeate most plans?
If it's your plan, you need a good dose of financial caffeine, and we're just the guys to serve it to you. For more information and a free consultation, contact Vivian at Insight Asset Advisory Group.